Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. We'll wait for a few more participants to join in. I'm pretty sure we'll get a few more participants. A warm welcome to Confidence Communique, an initiative by Noxus Trading and founded by me. Confidence Communique is a space where we talk about real career shifts, real confidence decisions, and real communication challenges. Not theory, but transitions that people actually make. My name is Archana, and I'll be your host today. We meet every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. online via Zoom and live on LinkedIn. Each episode features a new speaker, a new career or leadership topic, and a live coaching or quiz segment because awareness alone doesn't create challenge, action does. So let me start with something honest. Let me start with something honest. Most people they don't fear freelancing because they lack skill. They fear it because they do not know when, how, or what to prepare. So today's session is not about quitting your job impulsively. It's about understanding what needs to be tested, what needs to be built, and what needs to be foreseen. That's why today's topic is side income to full-time freelancing, how to know you're ready. So let me introduce our speaker for the day, Mr. Priyank Johari. He's a growth focused professional with 15 plus years of experience working across freelancing, consulting, and leadership roles. He has helped 120 plus businesses across India and global markets scale through marketing, communication, and practical growth strategies. Known for simplifying complex ideas into actionable systems, Priyank brings a strong real world perspective to growth and freelancing journeys. Welcome to the show, Mr. Priyank.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Archana.
So, all the participants, if you can, if please drop welcome Mr. Priyank in the chat screen to welcome him. Please drop welcome Mr. Priyank in the chat screen. Okay, thank you so much. All right, now continuing with it. So, first and foremost, a question comes across to you, Mr. Priyank. So, before quitting a job, what should someone honestly test in real life? Their skills, their discipline, or their ability to find clients? What do you suggest?
So, to be honest, it's all three. Okay. The reason is very simple because if you are working in a sort of a corporate environment, then in that particular case, it is very hard for for people to go ahead and get into the freelancing part. Okay. The reason why it's hard is because, first of all, you're used to getting your salary credited on the first of every week,
True.
right? That is one thing which Archana has also given me some time before when we were working together. And it becomes like really hard because of the fact that, first of all, I mean, I'm just going to keep it in, divided into the three parts, right? First of all, skills. Okay.
True.
Um, if you have like a hardcore skill which you can market to, which you can market that skill, and then you are able to go ahead and make sure that you're able to sell that skill. Okay, it's not about just having that skill with you. Okay, so if you're able to sell that skill, that is one thing. It's just not about having it, it's all also about selling it.
Correct.
Secondly, when it comes to the part of freelancing, assuming tomorrow you get 10 clients, okay? It's not going to happen overnight, obviously, but let's assume tomorrow you get 10 clients, okay? How are you going to be disciplined about delivering whatever you told them to deliver, assuming there are people who want to do things like really quickly, and then you have like family commitments. So the biggest part here which becomes is also a discipline issue, right? Because if you're not disciplined, there are very high chance that you will not make a very good freelancer, because this time it's not that you have like one boss. Okay, you have 10 different bosses. That makes it even more different. Okay, difficult. The third part where, and in fact, let me go back to the first point again, which is about the skills, right? I'm not saying that just because you know how to design something or execute something, you should be getting into freelancing. Okay. Think of it this way, that if you're doing this, you are going to be, you should be ideally in the top 5% of the people who do that skill, not
Correct.
population wise.
Correct.
Top 5% who do that skill, who provide that service. And if you're in the top 5%, that's a very good way to go about in freelancing. I mean, there's no logical way to check it, but
You
you should
keep
have
practicing.
that confidence in yourself, and you should also go ahead and, see your abilities against the other people who are there in the market, and
Hmm.
then consider that, okay, hey, am I in the top 5% or not? Okay.
Hmm.
And that is when it becomes that is what becomes like a really, really good uh starting point for you.
Starting point.
Okay. Uh, so we've talked about discipline, we've talked about skills. We want to talk about a little bit about finding the clients. Okay. It doesn't matter how good your skills are. It doesn't
If you
matter
not
if you can
find.
actually sell it to the people, right? But in a case like of ability to find the clients, y- you should ideally your first client is already in your phone book. Ideally. Okay. If you are like a, on a scale of 0 to 10, you're 5 in extrovert, between introvert and extrovert, there is a huge chance that you are going to have a client which is already there in your
Oh,
contact list, in your phone book, right? The other reason which you need to think of is that you can't be always um, you know asking for references. Okay. You will have to eventually develop your personal brand. Okay. Or you need to be at the places where people are actually looking for a service like yours.
hmm.
So that makes it even more important that even if you have discipline, okay, I might not be on a scale of 0 to 10, I might be, in terms of discipline, I might be 6.5 or 7. Okay.
Hmm.
I know how many times I miss the deadlines, how many things happen. But if you're there, able to reach out to the people
Hmm.
and do this without begging your friends, do this without, you know, um, uh, without like begging for it,
Hmm.
the best way to judge this, if that people want, that if they can get the work done from you and not just the work that you do, there's a huge difference between that, right? There are a lot of times that where people actually come to me for, let's say, running their LinkedIn ads. Okay. They come up with a very different job description, and then I am able to convince them that, hey, this method is not, and this happened yesterday, by the way.
Okay.
And maybe this method is not the best method for you to go forward.
Hmm.
And here is the proof. And here are the things which I've done for somebody. And you can see that, okay, this made a difference. So, in short, the answer is all three. Okay. How you mix and match it is a really, really big factor in that case.
Cool. That's good. You did speak something regarding discipline here. Yes. What
Hmm.
exactly is discipline in your terms here?
So, discipline is as easy as organizing. I mean, I'm telling it from my end. I know most of you are
Sure.
going to be freelancing, but assuming and not assuming, I have close to like 14 clients right now. Okay. And if I'm not disciplined with, let's say, what somebody wants and when do they want it, right, you're making a
Okay.
bad impression in that sense, right? So when
Hmm.
I'm talking about discipline, I'm talking about that, hey, your folders are neat, it's organized,
Okay.
you're replying to the emails properly on time with
Hmm.
clear instructions, you are making sure you're sending your invoices on time.
Mhm.
Okay. Very important for a freelancer. Then on top of that, the best the biggest reason for doing this is because it's gonna get, once you're there at
Hmm.
like a good number of clients kind of a scenario,
Hmm.
it's gonna become like really, really important. And not just that. For example, you are working in a full-time situation somewhere and you
Hmm.
got a client out of nowhere. I don't usually suggest it, but that is how most of the freelancers actually start the journey, right? They got one client. Okay, fine. Now I'm tired. I had a bad day at office. I need to still come back to the home and get that client's work done.
Correct.
That is the kind of a discipline I'm talking about,
True.
right?
Mhm. In fact, even I do that. So what I do is that, in fact, I started literally from the scratch. So I had a list of the entire contacts. Yes, you're absolutely right in saying that your first contact lies in your phone book. So I took out around 1,200 or 1,900 was there. I took out from there, scrutinized it, reduced it to hardly 200. From 200, I started off. Okay, so those who have been in the journey over here, among the 11 participants who we have right now, if you would have seen me, when I started with hardly two or three participants. That's how we started. So, but I stuck to it, and not just that. The next thing is that I also made a call. I have a list that today I'm going to do this many tasks. I have a task. So, just like we go as a full time job, we have a meeting in the morning or we have a hurdle in the morning. We say that, okay, this is our top priorities for the day. Till 3 p.m., I'll be doing this. I have to send this email, etc. like that. So in the morning also, whenever we start our job, it is better if we have noted down that these are the tasks which we have for the day aligned. And once we go ahead and do it, that is where our execution happens. That is where it shows our commitment to it. And maybe that is what exactly you mean by the discipline here, right?
Like, yeah, pretty much, pretty much. I'm just saying that in terms of discipline, doesn't matter how bad your day was in the office,
Hmm,
it can't get translated over to your freelance clients. That's like a suicide of your freelance career
true.
in a case like
Before
this,
we start,
right?
we are suiciding.
Yeah.
Good. All right. So now here's one question. Okay. If we
Okay.
want to go from side income to full-time freelancing in the next six
Hmm.
to 12 months, because I'm not too sure if this can happen in 1 month. Person has to probably start 2 years, 3 years earlier if he has to do this. But if we have to go in the next
Hmm.
6 to 12 months, what do you think should be the first three concrete actions that they should take, or more than three also? No.
Okay. So the first thing which you need to look at is, and I did the same thing, right? I I had a good time. I just finished my last full-time job. I think it was somewhere close to around like 2021. And at that time, I had a lot of free time. Okay. So first thing first. Okay. And this is gonna probably turn into a finance masterclass, which I don't want it to happen, but keep your finances very, very steady. Have savings for 6 months. Okay.
Hmm. True.
And I'm assuming that is when you want to start off after 6 months. Okay.
Correct.
So have a saving of 6 months. I probably had my savings of close to like 15 months at that particular point of time.
I
So
had for
two
1 year.
months, even if I don't do anything, play video games, do anything of that sort, and just think about what I want to do next, I still had almost like a year to,
True.
of finances with me. So uh, first thing first, if you want to start off and you're living paycheck to paycheck,
Hmm.
it is probably not a good idea for you to start off freelancing as of now. That
Correct.
is one thing. Okay.
Hmm.
Now, um, in terms of assuming you have this,
Hmm.
right? The first thing I want probably for everybody to do, and that is exactly what I did as well, uh, to look back through your career and see what part and like divide it into things, right? So, for example, you were like, let's say, I'm giving you an HR example. Um, you did employee engagement very well, or did you do rewards and recognition very well, or did you do, you know, trainings really, really well, or something. Okay.
Hmm.
And that is what you want to go back and look into it and then pick that one particular niche. Okay.
Okay.
Um, and this is I'm telling from my experience because the last time when we were working together, I was handling the whole marketing at a certain point, right?
Mm,
And what it does, because marketing being a very wide concept,
mm.
right? If you get like one client and then maybe the second client after that, you're full,
Yes.
right? Because you have to do like multiple things, the content, the SEO, the videos, the
Mm,
blah, 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 right? That is when I looked back, and I looked back throughout my career, took took a like a good, really hard look at my resume. And then I realized that whenever I ran LinkedIn ads,
mm.
they worked. Okay.
Okay.
You did not see it from the time when you were doing it, and you did not try to position yourself at the time, say that, hey, I'm a I'm a LinkedIn ads expert. But when you take some time off, you look at your resume, you look at everything what you remember from your previous companies and everything, and figure out that one particular thing. Okay. So here's what I'm saying. Instead of saying I do marketing, I do content, or I do ads, or I do branding, instead say I do Facebook ads for dentist.
Okay.
Okay.
You can niche.
I Yes, I do employee engagement activities for companies under 50 employees. That is how I want you to go ahead and like make it really precise. If it is not possible to be precise, then what we can do is like either do it via industries or by the size of the company or anything of that sort. Okay. So when you do that, it becomes then it becomes like, okay, there are, first of all, the good thing happens there is you will
Know which
lose
market
out
to
on
focus.
a, yeah, I mean, a lot of the competition is going to get sideways, right?
Exactly.
Because you do what these guys want, right?
Mm,
And you do exactly that.
mm,
Okay. So in that case, that is the first thing. Okay. The second thing which I would suggest, that if you need it before, like if you want to start off with like in like 6 months or something, try to pick up 1 to 2 serious clients.
mm.
See if you are able to do it. Okay. I again don't promote it in a way because you're kind of cheating your company if that is happening, right? But if you're really serious about it and all of those things, I never did any freelancing part without the job. But because I had a 18, 15 months of savings, I could take my break, start new, and then start working from there.
Actually, Priya,
Right.
quite often certain companies they also have this memorandum that if you want to go freelancing, you take a decision discussion with the management and then you decide. So that is can also be considered in such a scenario.
Yeah, and a lot of people, as long as your work is getting done, a lot of new age managers, let's just say, I'm not talking about lalas and stuff, but the new age managers are very, very okay with it. Because
Mm,
in the end, even if that person is freelancing, is getting his job done,
mm.
he is eventually becoming better, which is going to translate into the job
Yes,
where
true.
he's working full time, right? So, in my opinion, take 1 to 2, I would say, serious clients. When I say
Mm,
serious, that means like they have an engagement with you which will last for like 3 or 4 months. Okay. What it will do is that it's going to give you the idea of how you should be pricing yourself, how
correct.
you should be scoping out the project, right? What are the boundaries which you want to, make sure that you don't cross, okay, in terms of work, because that is how it's gonna, that's how it's gonna, impact you. Secondly, forget the discipline part of it, right? For a second, assuming you are disciplined, but are you emotionally ready for it? I know when that invoice is going to hit, you will look like you're ready. But are you ready to do it at a full time kind of a scenario, even after 6 months, right? Uh, I know a lot of people who are working full time, and then they go ahead and take one client sometimes and not even more. And what it does is like it just gives them the additional income, first of all. And then on top of that, it becomes a really good, learning part for them. So yes.
I am listening to you. I am listening to you.
Okay, okay. Okay, okay, okay. So, another I think which is important is um to go ahead and start building some visibility around it.
Okay.
Okay. LinkedIn is probably the best channel for it, and the things you could just probably just start a conversation. Okay, with some people whom you look up to, with some people who have probably worked with you previously, and you know, and just try to figure out what their problems are.
True.
The good thing is to do this is figuring out if they have that problem beforehand, before getting into a conversation,
True.
right? I'll leave that up to their own respective
Sure. Figure it out.
skills to figure that particular thing out,
True.
but it can be very easily done. There are way too many tools these days that, hey, how it's happening. For example, right? If you're into employee engagement, you can check out Glassdoor reviews or any other sort of reviews which are there from the employees, right? If you are into advertising, you can check out what ads they have run and are do they even make sense to you, right? And so forth and so on. So there are tools available for almost each and everything on this particular part.
True. In fact, when you started this conversation, you started it by saying that we need to be prepared to set aside the income to take care of the financial at least for 6 to 12 months. To all the participants who are here, let me inform you that for the next talk show, that is on 3rd January, we actually have a financial planner who is coming in, certified financial planner. So all those who are really looking for jumping from a side income freelancing or who are not even into freelancing right now, please go ahead. And even the full timers, not even freelancing, full timers also. He's a certified financial planner. He would love to give some insights on all these, either the tax saving benefits or how to set aside the investments, etc., to run the show for 6 to 12. Now, continuing with this, so here's a question across. Okay, what
Hmm.
risks do most expiring freelancers underestimate? So of course, finance part we know of it and how we can prepare of it. Maybe we have to go deeper and deeper into it. But apart from that, which particular one do you think that it is something which is often underestimated? They're not prepared for it. How can they prepare for these tasks, these risks before they go for full time?
So there is going to be a risk of not spending a lot of time with the family. That's one.
Okay.
That's
Mhm.
huge. Okay. The second risk, obviously, is, I mean, it's going to be, as I said, right? Finances is the biggest part of it. We should have, I mean, your next guest and me should have sat like together and gotten this done.
You're most
But
welcome to come.
but but again, the point is that right, it's you have to be very sure that there is going to be an income inconsistency. Okay.
True.
uh you might have like really good months. Okay.
Yes.
And then 1 month,
Only for six
let's
months,
say
there might
two
be
or
nothing.
three of your clients are gone suddenly out of
Correct.
nowhere, with
Correct.
no mistake of yours, or just like the project got completed or
True.
anything of that sort, right?
True.
So be very sure that you, again, coming back to the same thing, is your finances, right? But also few things you should be also, I mean, I would say that risk. Okay. If you're young, about to get married, okay, you go to your father-in-law to have a meeting and he asks you, what do you do? Okay. And that is where it also becomes a problem, because if you do not have a full-time job in India, specifically, it is considered that, okay, this person is unstable. Okay. Now, father-in-laws and mother-in-laws on one side, but uh, the same thing is done by the banks also. Okay, your loan interest rates are going to be higher. Okay, your health insurance, your life insurance, they're going to be costlier even after the 18% GST is gone. Okay, here is what I can tell you, which is a good, I mean, I won't call it a risk. I mean, it's not a risk, it's just a reverse of it. Okay, if you have clients from outside of India, government is very happy and they give you a huge tax discount.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Not
They
aware
give
of
you
it.
huge tax discount if you're out of India. If your clients are from outside India, right? You're
Understood.
bringing in money to the country and then spending it
Okay.
here, right?
Hmm.
So that is one good thing which happens. So if somebody is in that bracket of 30%, 35%, I don't know what it is for full-time employers anymore, right? But um, it will come down to 10%, 15%, despite assuming that you're earning more than that, right?
Hmm.
And so all you need to do is reach back to your salary and
Hmm.
you'll eventually make more money. Okay. Another thing which is going to be very important in a case like this uh, is like a emotional burnout which can happen.
Hmm.
Okay. And it will happen
Yes.
because assuming you get like two very large clients where 10 people from one team and 10 people from one team are trying to get in touch with you,
Hmm.
right? And on the other hand, it could same thing could happen if you have like 10 clients and two people from each team are trying to get in touch with you,
Hmm.
right? So one thing is that, hey, I don't want to work, I don't want to, I just want to chill for one day.
True.
And there are high chances you're going to look at your to-do list and there was something pending
And
which
that
should
list
have been done
itself will be
yesterday.
overwhelming.
Yes, it's going to be
I prepared a
overwhelming.
list 1 week earlier. I didn't even open it. I'm like, oh my God, do I really have to do it?
Exactly, right? So this is going to happen. Okay, what you could do in a case like this, okay, is to be around some experienced freelancers. And what it does, it's like, because nobody coaches freelancers, I'll be very honest.
True,
Okay,
true.
they coach you ke, hey, how can you get more clients, but they
Hmm.
don't coach you on the side of, like, let's say emotional burnout or
True.
inconsistency,
We have to
right,
work
and
on it
stuff like
ourselves.
that. So that's a very good market if somebody wants to do that, okay, by the way. But at the same time you will also, you know um, or you become so disciplined that, hey, uh, you know I'm probably not going to work from my home because there's too much disturbance. I'm going to go outside and take a co-working office, a chair there, and then work there so that nobody disturbs me. Right.
Hmm.
That is also one way to do it. And then you come back. If you can do that switch on and off, I'm still learning that particular part. But if you can like switch on and switch off yourself from freelancing, nothing like it. Okay. It's really, really good for you if you can do that.
Starting
Okay.
is very painful, but beyond that is excellent.
Beyond that, trust me, I might probably never want to do a full-time job again. At this moment, I'm telling you this. Okay. Um, but again, you never know who comes in, with what money that person comes in. Happy to explore, but most probably it's not going to happen. Another thing which is going to be a big risk for you is, um, if we are able to, you know, figure out a clear scope of the uh, of the project. Okay, and and this becomes a communication issue in short. Okay, have things in written. If they are not in written, it's not there. And then instead of creating, let's say, one campaign, you're doing two campaigns. Instead of doing one workshop, we could do end up doing 1.5 or two workshops, right? um, and what is the after sales support or after completion support which we can get from you, right? So these are the things which are going to be very important. As I said, right, one thing is about the income inconsistencies. Second is going to be more about emotional burnout. It will happen, and it's probably not going to happen just because of the family around it. You might have a bad month. Okay. And I had a bad month 2 months back. Okay. I was like, hey, what's happening? I don't know, yaar. It's just not working out. What's happening? What's happening? Right. A few of my clients went off. Um, and you will start, eventually, you'll get immune to it. Okay. Once you've done the freelancing part enough, you will be able to see that, hey, okay, this client is going. Fine, let it go. Okay. The first time when you're going to be starting off, hey, why is it going? Oh shit. Okay, okay, okay. Can I do something? Can I like give a discount on the pricing? Can I do this? Can I do that? Right? You're gonna flutter like a fish out of the sea, and eventually it is not going to be of any use. Right? So be graceful, let that person go, and then figure out what are the next steps. You have more free time now. You can probably spend with the family.
Actually, I second you when you had said that along with me, there are just three more, two or three more female. Yes, yeah, three more. So when
Hmm.
you said that when you are going to get married or when you are married and your father-in-law, they ask that what work you are doing, it's very difficult to explain. Trust me, till date, it is difficult. I have been
Yeah,
married
it
for
is.
more than 5 years. Till date, it is. Why even in-laws, even going to parents, even parents do not are not able to explain what it is.
Hmm.
So I have actually become an English teacher now. That's how people call me. I mean, of course,
Okay.
on my relative side. So that's what my name is now. So what is Arshad doing?
So
She's an English teacher. That's all.
I'll I'll give you uh, a very good example, right? Between 2012 and 2014, I founded a digital marketing agency, right?
Hmm.
So I was like founder of the digital marketing agency,
Hmm.
and there were like zero rishtas which were coming in. Okay.
Okay.
2014, I was a digital marketing manager somewhere,
Hmm.
and there were rishtas flowing in like,
Oh wow.
right. So I was probably making more money. I was probably, it's just the risk which people do not understand yet.
Yes.
Maybe
They
in
want
our
you as a full
case,
timer.
yeah, when our kids grow up, have like that kind of a system that, hey, somebody's coming up to us, at that particular point of time, maybe we'll be able to understand it. But the generation above it's usually very risky.
In fact, one
That's
of
why I
my colleagues
also do not
also.
That's why I do not tell my family what I'm planning career wise. I
After
don't.
it is done, you can say.
After
In
it is
fact,
done, hey, I resigned.
one of my colleagues also, he said this before he was going to get married. His father-in-law, okay, this time not from the female side, from the male side, I'm telling. His
Hmm.
father-in-law said that if you want my daughter, forget about the coaching institute that you have. If you have a full-time job, I can get you. He was like, I'm already making so much good money from this. I have to leave that and get into a full-time job. It's like monthly 20,000, 30,000 paycheck is fine, no problem. Don't even plan for 1 lakh, 2 lakh, which may or may not come.
Hmm.
Even if you're making 25, 30,000 per month, I have no problem with that. But that job is something which I do not wish to take the risk for it.
That's a big, big problem. And that is why I used to resign and then come back home. Okay.
That's
I,
good.
I, I never used to plan it. Hey, mommy, I'm planning to resign. No. Come back home, tell them I've resigned and move forward from there.
Okay, fine. So we have to quickly go for one last question because we are kind of running short in time and we have to go for a
Mhm.
live coaching session. That is the uh, kind of a highlight or a USP of our talk show compared to all the other talk shows. So coming to
Hmm.
this last question, which I have in my mind for you. So what is one clear sign which will tell someone that I'm no longer experimenting, I'm ready to go full time?
Okay. So one clear sign that you're ready for a full-time freelancing, correct? Okay. Okay. So first thing first, if let's say while you are part-time freelancing, Your client referred to another client.
Mm.
That means you did your good job. That means you figured out that this client was actually a good client, right? And then you did a really good job so that he's recommending you outside in his network. Okay. So that's a sure short sign that you can go ahead and do it. Obviously, keep your finances in check again. Okay. Now, another thing
Again
is
and again.
again, the at the time when you are not just doing the execution, okay, but your client ask you or your prospect ask you that, hey, can we, I mean, what's your opinion in whatever project? Okay. That is a very good sign that it's going through. Okay.
Okay. People have started looking at you as an expert.
As in, not as an expert, but more on the sides of that, hey, is it what do you say, that we value your opinion.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
And that scenario has happened because you have helped them throughout the
Correct.
part of the projects
Mm.
where you are, let's say, where you gave like good advice to them and it worked. That
Mm.
is why they ask you for your
Okay.
advice this time without you giving the advice, right?
Correct.
So that's a very good thing. Okay. Another thing which you should look at in terms of freelancing, and very important again, right?
Mm.
From a financial point of view, but not really, that you might not be able to make a lot of money by doing
Mm.
one time projects.
Okay.
Okay. Because you'll do it and then you'll have to go ahead and find another client to do that same thing again.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
So, in a case like social media management or
Mm.
ads management or
Mm.
something of that sort, right?
Mm.
It's
Mm.
recurring.
Mm.
So if you had one client on month one and you got another client on month two,
Mm.
right? So now you have two clients running parallelly who are going to pay you till the time you mess up. Okay. Till the time either you mess up or they mess up or something of that sort. But
Mm.
assuming you took one website designing project today, this month, and the next month you have one more project,
Mm.
so both of them are not combining and making your income bigger,
Mm.
right? You can still
Mm.
do this, but it is very I mean, then you should do it that, hey, I'm going to take like two projects and these are going to be very high paying projects,
Mm.
right? So you're secured for the another 2 months if you do not get a client,
Correct.
right? So that is how I would always suggest going. If you have like recurring income from each client, that snowballs and becomes actually big,
Mm.
right? So one one more thing which is that you could also go ahead and see that if you're not experimenting anymore, you know what needs to be done in this particular project and you're operating that project or executing that project. Okay. And when there are some times where I am doing a consultation for LinkedIn ads or something of that sort, then in that particular case, it happens that I already know what this guy has made a mistake in like the first 3 4 minutes. He comes up to me with a problem. Hey, this is what we are doing. This is not working out. The people who are coming from LinkedIn are just staying on the website for 1 second. They are not converting. I already know what mistake they have done.
Mm.
Right. So I can blindfold myself and still give them the answer that, hey, this is what you're doing wrong.
Correct.
Once you have that kind of a confidence
Mm.
of the real world application
Mm.
of the things which you're doing,
Mm. Go
it's a
ahead.
very good time for you to go full time,
Mm.
making sure you're not about to get married, you're not about to take a loan, you're not about to
Oh my goodness.
right. That's a very good option to go ahead and give it a shot.
Cool. Thank you so much. You scared towards the end then. You were giving such great confidence, and then the next moment you said, don't think about it.
Yeah, I mean, you have to look at your personal
But
life.
being facts, that's true actually. That's true.
You
It's
you
difficult.
have
We would
to
be
manage
prepared,
your
but the people around us are not.
Yeah, exactly. And then also at the same time, uh, you're being a freelancer for what? What's the ultimate motive,
Hmm.
right? To stay free, it's gonna take time
Hmm.
for sure. Okay. To earn a lot, yes, again, it's gonna take time,
Hmm.
right? So eventually, when you are able to ask more money for the next client, that is
Hmm.
also a very good sign that hey, it's time to, you know, go to freelancing.
Correct. Okay, cool. So, to all the participants, please let me hear from you all in the chat screen. If you would say that you are close, say close. Otherwise, if you say not yet, type not yet. Close, not yet. What do you think? You are ready to go for freelancing, or you're ready to go into this mode right now? Say close if you're close to it or you have started. Say not yet if you think still need to think that you have to plan for it. Close or not yet? Which level are you standing in right now? Close or not yet? Okay, Amarjeet Singh says close. That's it. So I've got few more responses. Close, not yet. Close or not yet? What do you say? Cool. So now going forward for our next segment, that is a live coaching segment, which is different from the other talk shows. So quite a good number of times in the various other talk shows, Mr. Priyank, they go for question answer round, they go for questions from the audience, etc. But here in our talk show, we actually go for live coaching. That is on the spot. We'll go for a quiz scenarios based on it as well. Before we even go for it, why don't we go for one question from the participants? Any participants, if you'd like to go for any question, why don't we go for it before going for a live coaching? Is that okay, Mr. Priyank?
Yep, works. You don't
Okay,
have to
cool.
call me Mr. Priyank. We've been way too close to ask.
Understand. Understand. To all the speakers here also, I've called them this. So,
That's okay. For
okay.
you, Archana, I'm Priyank.
Okay, fine, Priyank. Thank you so much. So the other participants there, participants here, if you have any questions, please feel free to raise your hands or drop a chat box that unmute me. I'll unmute you from my end. And also giving you, okay, Amarjit Singh, thank you, sure. I'll unmute you. And also giving a heads up to all the other participants that towards the end, we'll be taking a photo session. So during that time, your video will have to be on. So at that time, please make sure that you're turning on the video. If you have to get prepared for anything, go ahead, giving you a heads up right. Yes, Amarjit Singh, please go ahead with your.
What is a Glassdoor review? One point he has mentioned. Then what is a Glassdoor review?
So Glassdoor reviews are, I mean, Archana will tell you better, but I can also tell you. Glassdoor reviews are something which when an employee either working or has already left the company gives a review about the company. And it also gives you the review about the CEO and their managers and everything, right? So what it does, it actually tells you the real story before you join a company. And that I have personally rejected a few companies who offered me full time and their Glassdoor reviews were not well, right? Um, so Glassdoor reviews is very simply saying a review website for the employees for the company.
So just to add that, thank you for that, Priya. Basically, if you go for any searching on online, you would see that shop, the review, the website will be there. You go to the website or you go to just Google and you type that shop's name, and below that will be review 3.8, 4.8, etc. Comments will be given. Same thing also comes across for companies, people who are working in the companies. So Glassdoor, the software, the app, you can go and type as to review of ABC company. So once you go into that, once you check if it is from Glassdoor, you click into that and you see it, you'll be able to see what people say regarding the salaries, what people say regarding the workplace culture. You'll also be able to get reviews of people who have attended the interviews. So you'll get the reviews in that line. So we as freelancers, we as consultants, we as founders often go for a review of the company also rather than when we are going and joining. Many of the employees, what they do is the interviewers do review on the employee who is coming in. So they see the person's social media website, etc., like that, and they take a selection. But we as freelancers also do it on the other end. That is, we go ahead and check the review of the company before starting to work with that company. I often do that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Anybody else who has any question? Else we'll go for the live coaching segment. Giving a heads up to all the participants that you'll have to keep your video on towards the end. Okay, so we're going for live coaching segment right now. To participants, you'll get a chance to uh, use your chat box. Okay, so here's the first question which comes across to you. The question will be in the chat box. You're confident in your skill, but your clients, they are not converting. You are sure that this is a good one which you're doing. Unfortunately, people are not converting. So, what do you think you should focus on first? The questions are in the chat box. Improving the technical skill, learning the client communication, lowering prices, or waiting longer. Which do you think should be good? Improving technical skill, learning client communication, lowering prices, or waiting longer. You're confident in your skill, but your clients are not converting. Thank you so much, Ashwini. B, learning client communication. Good. What about the others? What about the others? Still waiting. Sandarya, Vishant, Rahul, Deepak. Okay. Rahul also says B. Yes, exactly. Learning client communication. Sandarya says improving the technical skill. Okay. Maybe then we have to focus a bit more on the task assignment. Amarjit Singh also says B. Thank you so much for the participants to respond. Thank you so much. Though we have less participants right now, many of them have left it, but the people who are here are very much staying till the end, and I really thank you for the from the bottom of my heart for that. Okay, so here's the next question. You earn side income but have no timeline or savings plan. So this is Priyank's favorite question, I believe. What is the smartest next step? So you quit and figure it out. You work harder at night. You create a 6 months transition plan, or you stop freelancing. So you have side income, but you have no timeline or savings plan. What is the smartest next step that you should be doing? Quit and figure it out, work harder at night, create a 6 months transition plan, or stop freelancing. A, B, C, or D. Okay, C, Amarjit Singh, thank you so much. You create a 6 months transition plan, correct? Ashwini also says C. Saundarya also says C. Thank you so much, participants. Thank you so much. It is really wonderful to see your responses coming in because I was really not expecting some responses right now, but I'm happy that there are some responses. Good job done, Mr. Priyank. Sorry, good job done, Priyank as well. Sorry, not Mr., not Mr., not Mr. Okay, I have to put it
Yeah.
into right. Okay, so here's the third question. You have clients today, but no backup. What is the real risk here? Skill gap, your overconfidence, your client dependency, or your time management. You have clients, but you do not have a backup. So, what do you think is the real risk here? Skill gap, overconfidence, client dependency, or time management? Skill gap, overconfidence, client dependency, or time management? A very difficult one
No.
here.
What sort of a backup are we talking about here?
That entirely lives in the genuinity on the end of the participant, on the
Okay.
participant. Time management, okay. C and A, client dependency, time management, exactly. Client dependency is also important aspect. Skill gap, okay. All right. So now coming to the next question over here. So you're great at delivery, but uncomfortable at selling yourself. Trust me, coming from the trainer's mindset, I can totally tell you this. So I'm good at delivery, but when it comes across to going and telling in front of people that I'm good at it, I take a back seat. I let my clients be my marketing executives. They go and refer. Okay. But now I'm taking a step to the next step. That is, I'm going ahead and also showcasing my talent to the people. So now coming back to the question, you're great at delivery, but uncomfortable at selling yourself. What change must you do before going full-time freelancing? Nothing. Skills are enough. Pricing only, communication and positioning, or waiting for referral. Mr. Rahul is facing some technical problem, I believe. He's trying to log in and log off from a long time.
Yeah, actually, I've been seeing that.
Oh, you have been seeing that as well, is it? He comes and goes, he comes and goes. He's trying from
Yeah.
past 15 minutes, but I really appreciate that come what may, he's trying to stick till the
He's
end.
trying
Thank
to
you
join
so
in.
much.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Some people try once or twice and they leave it, but it's almost the seventh or the eighth time I'm admitting him in the chat call. Okay, so C and B, yes, exactly. Your communication and positioning is extremely important because no matter how good you are at a job, if you do not know how to showcase your skills out to the world, it is going to be very difficult for you to get new clients, for you to survive, for you to sustain. Okay, coming to the last question now. Okay, not to the last question. Now we are ending with the session, but to inform you, so we are going to go on the 3rd Jan. We are having our next speaker. I invite Miss Ashwini to give a vote of thanks. Ashwini, are you there? She was here to
Ashwini
talk.
also just left.
She just left. She was here throughout. Okay, she was
Yeah.
here throughout. I'll wait for a few seconds in order for her to join in. To all the other participants, 3rd Jan is going to be our next session. Let me drop in the chat screen the registration link for the same. Yes, so here are the details of the 3rd Jan event. Okay, Ashwini has joined in. Hello, Ashwini. So Ashwini was supposed to be giving the welcome note. Unfortunately, she was not able to. So I said, okay, why don't you take the chance of vote of thanks? Exactly at that time, she again logged off. She was not able to log in. Okay. Hello, Ashwini, you're there? Amarjit Singh saw your hands. Give me just a second. After Ashwini's question, sorry, after Ashwini's session, you can also go ahead and ask your question again. Ashwini, are you able to speak? I've unmuted you.
Yeah, so sorry.
No issues. Go ahead.
Yeah, so thank you so much. Am I audible?
Yes, you're very much audible. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you for the handover. My name is Ashwini, and I'm a soft skills trainer. So it was a very beautiful and insightful session. We enjoyed it thoroughly. And now, for all the participants, here is an important announcement. So, we are all excited to share that we are launching another version of Confidence Communique, a talk show which is exclusively for all the HR professionals starting from Jan 2026. And Confidence Communique is a HR series for all the young leaders. So this series will focus on HR, workplace communication challenges, discussed with the same depth, and it will also be related to confidence building approach you experience here. Archana will share the poster and registration link in the chat box. Also, the link to your various social medias are shared in the chat box. So kindly like, follow, subscribe, and join. Now, before we close, heartfelt thank you to Priyank Johari, sir, for sharing such grounded and practical leadership insights today. Your journey from execution to influence truly reflects what modern leadership communication looks like. So, thank you everyone who participated so actively. Please do follow us on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and join our WhatsApp community to stay connected. So, thank you so much. And I'm
Thank
really
you.
sorry for,
No, that's absolutely fine. Thank you so much for logging in as well. Okay, so all the other participants, thank you so much. And I really request you to turn on the video, so that I can take a quick pic with all of you. Okay, so we have 4 as of now, and I'll take a quick pic on the count of 3. I'll take the pic. 1, 2, and 3. Ah, super. Just at the count of 3, you actually put a V, Priyank. Such beautiful timing. Okay, so it's now put across in the chat box, the picture. You can go ahead and download it, use it. So I'll unmute you now, Mr. Amarjit Singh, because you had one more question. Yes, please, go ahead.
I have no question since I think your speaker has left uh, due to some technical glitch. So I thought I'll present a vote of thanks
Oh,
on your behalf. That was
okay,
only my
okay.
concern.
Okay.
Otherwise, it was very insightful talk given by Mr. Priyank, and very engaging and insightful. All the points were quite relevant and resonate with all the new freelancers. All the terms have been explained very, very clearly. And as a freelancer, what are the challenges we are facing? And along with the solution, very nicely he has brought it out. And especially I thank Archana, because that a personal call at 9:15 has made the difference. That has made me join. I was thinking that it is scheduled for tomorrow, but I'm glad this is the first time I have been getting these advertisement every day on my WhatsApp group. But today I thought of registering myself for it and joining for the same.
I
So
hope it
thank you
was
very
worth
much.
it.
The biggest takeaway I learned that LinkedIn is also live also. That is my biggest takeaway of
Oh,
today. Otherwise, I was thinking it only YouTube live or Facebook live, but I think I'll see today. This is my add-on to my knowledge. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure listening to all the speakers, and I would surely would like to join next week also to
sure,
upgrade
please.
myself. Thank you
Most
very much.
welcome, most welcome. Thank you so much. Happy to see the participants also joining with us regularly. Just like I told, there are people who are coming regularly from the past so many weeks or months. So we started this in the month of June, and now it's going to be 6 months over for us. So there are people who are joining from the beginning till late. Okay, so we have taken a pick, and Rahul, you missed a pick. You want to take a pick along with all of us? He's trying from a long time. He'll take a pick. Rahul, is your video on? Okay, no issues. Fine. So we'll go ahead, and now the details of the next event are there. Is there in the chat box? I hope you all would have seen that. Request you to register it. And okay, so Rahul's video is on. I hope we can take a pic right now. Is that fine? Okay. On the count of three. One, two, three. Yes, perfect. I've taken a pic right now. And I'm sending it across in the chat box again for all of you. Okay, thank you very much, everyone, for joining, taking out time on Saturday and coming for the session. It's really appreciated. As always, looking forward on the coming Saturday for joining with all of you again. The details of the event on the Saturday is posted across in the chat box. Hope you all would have seen it. So he's a certified financial planner who is going to come in. And now, just to wrap up, I would like to tell you all, freelancing is not just about freedom from work. It's about ownership of work. Readiness is not a feeling. It's a set of actions which are done consistently. Discipline that we were talking regarding. Thank you for being part of today's session. We'll see you next Saturday at Confidence Community. Have a confident and purposeful week ahead, and we look forward to seeing you. Bye bye, everyone. Take care.
Thank you.